What up, Dokkaners? The new Super Dragon Ball Heroes banners actually made a little bit of a change that I didn't realize when I was summoning for these characters, but I only realized after the summons were done. I want to talk about it in this video, but I also want to talk about which characters I think you guys should be picking up with your special paid stones or your blue coins in the Baba shop. I normally make these videos towards the end of celebrations as a way to reinforce the fact that I think you guys should be waiting all the way to the end of a celebration window before picking up these characters, because during that time a new celebration might be announced, a new EZA might be announced, maybe you decide to do some summons along the way and you happen to pull some of the characters that you were considering picking up with those special items. So this is the best way, in my opinion, to reduce the likelihood of buyer's remorse. This time, however, instead of dropping this video at the end of the celebration, I wanted to do this a little bit sooner because Heroes is kind of a special case, especially summons to come back, because these are licensed characters, because Heroes is kind of tricky in that way. I don't know for sure if we're going to be getting and make your more informed decision. But let's start with the change to the summons. So this, in my opinion, this is kind of a scummy thing to do, but you guys can let me know what you guys think about this. What they did is, first of all, this is a big W, because for in the context of Heroes, this is huge. I don't think we've ever had summon rates this high besides, no, this might be the highest. I think 5 featured SSRs. Every hero summon is guaranteed to have 1 featured SSR at the end, meaning you have a 20% chance at pulling any of the new characters. While these characters are not at the highest level in terms of overall kit and stuff like that, that is still a pretty good deal. So that is a good thing. But the bad thing is that they messed around with the unfeatured side. So whenever I was talking about these summons, I always told you guys to wait and not summon on the Extreme Z banner first, but summon on the regular banner first, because the regular banner has every character that the Extreme Z banner would have. The only difference is that the new banner would also include the new characters. So while the chances are statistically lower, you still have all characters under one roof. That is sadly no longer the case, because what they did is they fragmented the featured list or the unfeatured list. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4, 20. We have 22 SSRs from Heroes, but that's not all of them. Because if we go to the Heroes Extreme Z banner, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 36, 37. We have 37 SSRs that are unfeatured, and there's even more on the featured side. So not every Heroes character is going to be featured or unfeatured on either one of these banners. That kind of sucks, because now you have to summon on multiple banners if you're trying to pull other characters. On top of that, what they also did is, with this newest class of Heroes EZAs, they chose not to include any of these characters in the Baba shop. Normally they update the list with the newest batch of EZAs. They didn't do that this time around. Instead, they are offering those 8 EZAs through the paid Dragonstone, which I think is scummy as well. So let me know in the comments section, do you guys think that these changes are good or bad? This one, I think most of us will agree, is a pretty trashy thing to do. I think some people might feel that this is actually a good thing, and I can understand that, because while we don't have every Heroes character unfeatured, that does significantly make the summon rates easier for a certain character. Like if you're trying to find a needle in the haystack, right? Let's just say you are one of those people who does not have Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, which, by the way, you're missing out, because he can still be the best Heroes unit in the game. Even after all these new guys, you could argue this guy could still be the best in the game. So you want that character. Would you rather summon with the chance of him being an unfeatured out of a pool of 22 or out of a pool of 37? The 22 is going to be better. So in that regard, this is a good thing, because it made all of the more recent Heroes characters more accessible statistically. But I see it as them trying to force you to summon on both, which just spreads you more and more thin. I don't like it, but let me know what you guys think about that. So that's the change to the banner. Now let's talk about the Special Dragonstone. The Special Dragonstone is a paid Dragonstone called Special Dragonstone 4 Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover. You can buy this up to 3 times from the 91 Dragonstone pack. This, I believe, costs around $40 US, and these stones can be purchased until the end of the celebration, which is November 28th, 29th. So you have until this date. Check your own in-game news to see exactly what time that is for you. But basically the 28th, you have until to buy these Dragonstones. Once you do, you actually have until the 6th of December to pick up the characters. I would recommend that you wait all the way until the beginning of December, because by then we will be in a new celebration. In that new celebration, if there's a certain character who's receiving an EZA, that might alert you to think, oh, you know what, maybe I'll pick up this character instead. Like, let's just say, for example, for argument's sake, the next Dokkan Festival is going to be, I don't know, Deborah, right? Let's just say Deborah is the next summonable character. Suddenly, this guy became a heck of a lot more valuable, because if Deborah and, Freaky Deborah are together, they're going to have a heck of a lot more synergy than some other unit. So maybe you want this character all of a sudden. You could pick him up with your special stone, or you could pick him up with the Baba coin. Although the Baba coin you have until, not Baba coin, blue coin, you have until the 28th. So if you do buy this, you have until the 6th of December to make that decision. So that's the added benefit of waiting. So let me go over my picks on which characters I think you guys should be picking up. If you guys agree or disagree, you can, comment down below. If you're someone who is on the fence about choosing which characters you want to pick up, besides my own opinions, you should see what people have to say in the comments down below. It might help sway you on a certain choice, because you only have 3 characters to choose from. You can only buy each one once, and I'm going to be giving you a list of 8. So here's the bracket, and here's my selection. Oh man, it wasn't lined up. Yeah, here we go. So I don't know why I did it this way, but I did. I've broken them down into pairs. So this is tier 1, this is tier 2, these are tier 3, and this is tier 4 right here. These are my hot takes. So let me start with the tier 1s. Let me explain to you why I have Pan and Michikobra as the tier 1. Because they are the best EZAs, simply put, in the heroes category. This unit does not require any heroes characters whatsoever on the rotation. Granted, the links might suffer, but you have Brainiacs and Big Bad Boss, 2 links that can get a lot of mileage on other categories, especially Big Bad Bosses. This is an infinite attack stacker who can stack defense temporarily. If you pick up the right orbs, and you pick up a lot of them, plus with some rainbow key spheres, you can give yourself some very nice defense, even pre-super, plus damage reduction, plus healing, and he can launch additional super attacks with enough rainbow key spheres. He's kind of an all-around just Renaissance heroes character. The only weakness would be the slot 1 defense in certain situations, but in most cases, this unit can function anywhere on the team. Good unit to have. Everyone should have the character. Pan, while Pan does support crossover and then also heroes, Pan is not restricted in any way in terms of her own individual accolades based on how many heroes characters you have on the team. It's the support that suffers with less heroes characters around. This part of the passive doesn't get realized, and this part of the passive, actually, you lose a little bit of stats. But the team critical support is what's lost without enough crossover characters on the team. But what you're really using Pan for is her dodge capabilities. 70% chance to dodge, and a very unique defense plus 70% infinite stack for the turn with each dodge. So let's just say you have a unit that you're hoping can dodge every single attack, and you just hate it because sometimes you'll dodge 9 out of the 10 attacks, but the 10th one you get hit, you're dead. In this case, if Pan were to dodge 9 attacks before then getting hit, Pan would have gained 630% defense along the way, meaning that 10th attack might sting, but not nearly as much as it would have been had you been hit on the first one. So she has a very unique combination of defensive abilities that is universal to Dokkan. It's going to work on any category in any situation as long as dodge is enabled. So Pan is another good unit that people should have. And if you give the unit a maximum dodge build on top of this, 70% chance to dodge in the passive, plus a 30% chance to dodge in the hit potential, you're looking at roughly approximately 79 to 80% on your base dodge turn 1, slot 1. That's pretty good. So pick up Pan. Xenopan and Michikobra. Both worth picking up, which is why they're both tier 1. I don't think God Trunks is necessary because God Trunks does rely a heck of a lot more on time travelers and heroes, and that's kind of ugh. But these two are good. Now, tier 2, I have the Xeno Super Saiyan, Goku, and Vegeta. The reason for that is the same reason why I like these two, and that is because they can function outside of heroes, mainly as support characters. Goku's family, 50% support. Vegeta's family, 50% support. The only part that you really are missing without other heroes characters is going to be this extra stat buff here. Actually, yeah, the extra stat buff right here, but that's also covered when you're fighting an extreme class enemy. So yeah, they both have contingencies outside of heroes on both parts of the passive. Here, if you have a Goku's family on the team, you get the extra stats. Here, if you want the extra attack, you have to fight a bad guy and you get it. But when you stack after like 5 or 6 turns, I will continue to defend stacking units. It sucks that they don't get to keep this, the turn 1 protection, but they're actually really good. They will give you consistent heal factor, because every time you pick up matching orbs with a unit that has crazy defense stacked, you'll heal like crazy. This unit can also boost up characters like Family Kamehameha, other broken Goku's family characters, or Vegeta's family characters like maybe the 6th anniversary EZAs. And overall, in terms of stacking now, these are the sort of stackers you want to be having. No longer are the regular stacking units as effective. Stacking double with each super is going to be a heck of a lot better. So I think that these guys are worth having. And ever since what, like 2022, 2023, whenever I used to do like my old school 200% showcase videos, I always brought these guys because they supported so well, and people just kept asking, Toon, where are those guys? I want them. I need them. This is your chance. Pick them up. Get them. No excuse. Actually, only if you pay for it. Pick it up. Now, I'm going to skip the tier 3 for a second. We'll come back to that. Why do I have these two as hot picks or hot takes? The reason why I have these two here is because they're old school characters that I think are still very effective. This guy is able to guard with only one hero's character attacking in the same turn. So the barrier of entry is far lower than some of the other characters that require a full team of heroes. Also, this is a very defensive-centric character, raising defense on the super attack, also nerfing. Raising defense and nerfing the enemy's attack is sort of like a pseudo damage reduction effect. Great defense right here. Great defense right here for 5 turns after receiving an attack. You can always reset that. Defense plus 100% again. And you can recover 10% of the damage dealt as HP. So if you have a crit-focused build on the unit, you can not only guard yourself and protect yourself fairly well, you can also heal back some more of the damage that you took along the way. Good rotation would be Dark Masked King along with this Vegeta with his 50% support, with his ability to nerf the enemy as well. These two can actually work well together without having to have too many heroes characters on the team. And you can fully max out both passives that way. So this is a hot pick, not totally the greatest unit, but I still like him. Good deep cut. Janem Baby. I like Janem Baby a lot because he is unique. He gets extra dodge by 12% instead of 10, which makes him not as good as some of the, like maybe Pan. Pan is a better dodging unit, but with a 50% base dodge chance, you can heal 12% every single turn. But after like 3 dodges, you gain an extra 36%. You're at an 86% dodge rate. And then if you got like 25% on your hit potential, that'll make you that much more consistent. This guy can get you out of a jam on any team. But what I like most about him is that he works on Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Forms, Terrifying Conquerors, Corroded Body and Mind. Off the top of my head, I can't think of too many decent slot 1 Corroded Body and Mind units that are super reliable in terms of defense. This guy's not going to do that for you, but if you need that extra spot for someone to just fill up the roster, this guy can do that. Actually, I changed my mind. Corroded Body and Mind, there's all the Brolys now, right? Broly is Corroded Body and Mind. But still, you get my point. Like, this is a very unique combination of leader skills, and overall, this guy could be a good filler for any given team. And these two characters are some of the older ones. You can pick them up with blue coins. So that we'll talk about in a second. But that's why I have these two as my tier 4s. Now, why do I have these guys as my tier 3s? One answer. That 10-year anniversary. 2 months away. With the 10-year anniversary, we are going to be seeing some of the greatest EZAs known to mankind. The Super Saiyan 4s and the Super Saiyan Gods. These two units are going to be receiving their EZAs. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is, I think, going to be the most broken EZA we've ever seen. And so with this, we're going to be ushering in a new era of giant 8-power characters. That is why Gohan and Vegito are on this list. Gohan doesn't even have his EZA yet, but next year, he will receive his EZA. So even before that time comes, he can raise his defense. He has 200% defense, 50% damage reduction with only 2 or more giant 8 power allies on the team, not even crossover. He gets an extra defense and he can stun in his passive when he supers. And the only benefit from having a crossover unit attacking in the same turn is extra attack. You're not going to want this guy for attack. You want this guy as a roster filler, as a unit to add onto the team just to fill up the team. This unit can do just that, and then he will get even better next year. Also, he's got Saiyan Roar. Saiyan Roar is the big bad boss Link for the good guys. The Vegito can support Giant 8 power at 30%, can get extra damage reduction per crossover or Giant 8 power category ally on the team, So if you got a full monkey team, you got 35% damage reduction. And this guy can be another countering unit on that rotation. This guy countering plus the Gogeta countering. The Gogeta, I think, has 50% chance to dodge for now, right? Yeah, 50% chance to dodge for now. So when he gets his EZA, that'll probably go up to 70%. He will have an unconditional 70% chance to dodge any counterattack. And look at these links. Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, Saiyan Roar. 60% attack, actually 70% attack, defense 10%. That's nice. That's very nice. So combine 1, 2, 3, and then we could include the year 2s because they will eventually get their super easy. So that's 2 more, that's 5. Throw in this guy, the Tanabata LR, that's 6. And then you've got some backups with the Super Saiyan 4 year 4 LR EZAs, the Vegeta, the Goku, the Golden Week Super Saiyan characters, they will eventually get their EZAs. Giant A Power suddenly is back in a major way. This guy could get an EZA sometime soon. So yeah, if you want to invest in the future, it could be worth picking up with these two. That's why I have them at tier 3, because we're not that far off. So if you wait until December, if we are to get any sort of inkling as to like other EZAs that could be coming up, maybe we get some extra Giant A Power characters, that's going to make these two units suddenly that much more appealing. Maybe pick them up. So lastly, let's talk about the Baba Shop, the blue coins here. These go away on the 28th of November, so you don't have the luxury of waiting until the 6th of December. In terms of the best choices, I would say just go by the list that I just showed you. So I would say Vegeta would be number 1. And then you would probably, I mean, I would put Dark Masked King and Janem Baby at the second priority. I don't really see anybody else being worth it. Really, like nobody else here is that great. You could pick up Supreme Kai of Time just for an Omni support. She can't defend herself well at all though. She already has an EZA and she's not that good. Super Saiyan 3 Goku has some guard and damage reduction, but you have to have a full heroes team in order to do that. Yeah, there's really just nothing. Nobody here is like truly a must-have unless you just have all heroes characters and you're trying to pick up whatever you don't have. So yeah, this one I'm just gonna leave with those 3. Pick up Vegito number 1, Dark Masked King, or Janem Baby as your 2 and 3. And there you go. I have rambled long enough. Hopefully this makes your decision making a heck of a lot easier. If not, well, all right. You could always run the risk and just wait till next year. We'll see if they come back. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on my picks and my reasons for picking. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are there any dark horse picks that I didn't mention before that you would recommend? Let me know what choices you guys made, or what you would recommend to others in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.